There's a recording making the round of what is allegedly Guyana's ministers of government, top ministers in the top echelons of government, planning things that are not becoming of government ministers. Let's just say nefarious things. I want you to listen to the recording, see if you recognize the voices, and as usual, like, share, and subscribe. And we'd see you on the next one.
Viewers and subscribers, welcome to Guyanese News. The Canadian Department of Security released a voice note, and the person in the voice note sounds just like President Ali. And what they are discussing is a set of illegal activities. You need to hear this. And people in the comment section is saying this voice note is not AI generated. It is actually the person speaking. If you hear and listen to this voice note carefully, you are going to uncover, just like how the Canadians them uncover the huge luxury vehicle and illegal activities discussing. And the president, the voice note sound just like the president. Before we start playing this video, please press the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section.
I'm the person who everybody just actually come to and deal with. I'm the one who has pushed out all the high-end vehicles and everything. So yeah. Yeah. I got people here under control, and I got the entire Guyana good. You have no issues in Guyana. These Fords, once you can give me good prices at the Ford, once it doesn't matter if Guyana don't have market for Ford. It doesn't matter what kind of vehicle it is. Honestly, it can be a Chinese vehicle now. Once the price is right, anything would sell. You can get the Caribbean under control. I don't like playing with the US. For some reason, I don't like the US. Yeah, but I gotta tell you what to ship the vehicle. You see these high-end vehicles, they attract a lot of duty. Once you go over 2000 cc, it attract a lot of duty. So I would have to tell you, okay, what to ship the vehicle as. Remember, you retagging the vehicle, so I can just tell you, okay, what to ship the vehicle as. I can get all of these vehicles sold. What is this guy named Lee? You know Lee. So all the vehicles that will lead them sent to Guyana, all I clear, all I dealt with. All the vehicles were Ansars and previously I clear and dealt with. Who else I used to get vehicles by? Neil, Blinky, Neil Yassi. Wherever vehicle you see come to Guyana, is I basically the only one who just clear it and do what I gotta do. I gotta tell you what to ship it out. You see, before we didn't have the restriction and the remigrage decree. So I had a little rocket I used to deal with that. But now they put restrictions on it. Remigrant duty free, they only give you 5 million on the tax. You see how like this Ford, the tax gonna come to like 30 million or something like that. You put 5 million, or you get paid 25 million. You're gonna end up losing your money. Um, but I could tell you, okay, what to retag the Ford as and what to ship it as. And then we can take it from there. The range, I can sell a range fast for you in Guyana. Fast. Either retag that range and send it as a 2 liter. You know, the Range Rover Sports come 2 liter, you retag it and you set it as a 2 liter. So when they punch in the VIN here, a 2 liter engine come up. Or you can send it as a Villar, or you can send it as a Range Rover Evoque. It doesn't matter. Once it's Range Rover, you can send it to anyone. Don't worry, customs checking our vehicles and stuff. I can do all of that, but you want to cover your end at the same time, right? So if they punch in our VIN number, they would see, hey, this is a Range Rover Villar, 2 liter. Cars is not so much of a big seller in Guyana, mostly SUV, pickup trucks. Those are big sellers in Guyana. These dog buggies and like the slingshot and stuff, they don't sell. People don't buy them things. Rarely you'd find people buying them for luxury. Like, oh, I buy it for luxury. I buy it because I always wanted one. That's the only reason why I buy it. For me to get some, I could buy the back for me is going to be hard. But mostly SUVs. Right now I have 2 duty-free left to do, so I need 2 vehicles. I need but I want personally the new Escalade and a G-Wagon for myself. I can probably not take the G-Wagon and replace it with a Lamborghini truck, If you get Lamborghini truck, yeah.
Leave your comment in the comment section if you feel that was the president speaking on the voice note. This is a very serious situation, or was it AI generated? Now we are going to play a video of the Attorney General still fighting to collect the revenue from Timo Omid. Even though GRA dropped the case, he's explaining to every Guyanese. Check out this video, then we are going to continue. Guyanese News, like, subscribe and share.
US, that there were evidence produced that the cost price of the very vehicle when it was purchased was close to 700,000 US, that monies were transferred, the near 700,000 US was wire transfer to the United States, but only one of the transfers was used to purchase the car. That was 76,000 US, and that an agreement was manufactured to show that the car was purchased for 76,000 US. But the real agreement of where the car was purchased for nearly 700,000 US was produced. So clearly on the record before the court, you had fraud being established. And fraud in law unravels everything. Once a taxing authority has evidence of fraud, there is no discretion anymore, but a duty crystallizes on that taxing authority to go forward to get the right amount of taxes that should be paid. Recall, custom duties, for example, is ad valorem, meaning it is based upon value. The higher the value, the higher the taxes. Every Guyanese who is listening to me, they pay their rightful duties on vehicles that they purchase at the wharf or from importers. You don't think every Guyanese would like to buy a Land Cruiser or a Lamborghini? But many of them can't because of the duties that are chargeable and leviable on these types of vehicles. But this gentleman believes that apparently he's special, and therefore the tax laws of this country should not apply to him. And he has managed to secure a judgment from a court that stamps an imprimatur of legitimacy on what clearly is based upon the evidence of fraud that must form the basis for a reassessment at a subsequent time.
Mr. Nandlal, of course, I do want to ask, how do these proceedings and the ruling...
No, before we get to that,
Sure.
let me...
If there were evidence in the case, why GRA dropped the case against Timo Omid? That is some of the questions Guyanese would like to know. That is the Attorney General speaking to Guyanese, explaining why Timo Omid still owe Guyana billions of dollars, and he's going to try his best to collect it and help out Guyanese with the funds. Let's continue. This is Guyanese News.
Explain the post-clearance audit a little. This is nothing new. As I said, the state always has a power under the various pieces of legislation regarding taxation to go back and reassess. Post-clearance audit is a mechanism that forms part of that large reservoir of powers. And it is born out of the Kyoto Convention. And it is a mechanism recommended by the World Customs Organization, of which Guyana is a part. In 2017, this special unit was established to deal specifically with post-audit clearance. What that means is that if, for example, every time a container comes on the wharf, an importer brings a container, the customs officers are to check every single item in that container and assess it and interrogate it as the law requires, the container will never leave the wharf. So what you do is that you do samples from that container and you assess the value. And the importer signs a form that is called a C-32 form, in which he binds himself to an undertaking that the GRA can come back and do post-clearance audit if they find evidence of a fraud. That would have occurred in this case. In other words, though you are making the declaration,
Right now, people trying their best to implicate President Ali. Leave your comment in the comment section if you believe that was the president speaking, someone tried to imitate the president, or was it AI generated? Because this is a serious situation. We heard what the president saying and the Attorney General Depon Mohamed case. Please press the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section. Guyanese News.